Hi, my name is Bill, and this is a first in a series of video tutorials geared to teach you how to create web pages. I've seen lots of this stuff all over YouTube, but nobody seems to follow through all the way to the end. We're going to do that here. Now, if you're not a geek, or if you think you're kind of clumsy with the computer, not to sweat, this tutorial is just for you. This series is sponsored by AstreaStudios.com, but more on that later. So let's get right into things. Browsers. Everybody's used their browser before. Here is Firefox. Here's a Firefox default homepage. You can go to any page you want to and go to the View menu and Page Source. It might be in a different spot on Internet Explorer, a different spot in Opera or Safari, but nevertheless, there's the page source, and this shows you the code used to make this web page. Lots of code, very intimidating. We're not going to go this deep into it. Don't worry, it's going to be very, very easy. This stuff I've taught to 9-year-olds before. Let's close this up. Browsers are good at a few things. Two quick things they're good at. They're good at taking a website like this, information from a web server, bringing it back to you and displaying it in a nice fashion. And it's good at reading HTML files. Now, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. That's a mouthful, but they're simply text files. So you'll need a Notepad. So everybody at home should open up Notepad, and they should open up an internet browser. So let's start by creating a folder. Your website needs to be in a folder. So we'll go to the desktop. We'll create a new folder, and we'll give it a very creative name like website. How's that? Next. You may already have it open. I don't, but I do now. Here's Notepad, simple text editor. We will save this. We'll save it to our desktop, to our website folder, and let's all give it the name index.html. That's typically what you name your home page for the most part. Okay, so we've created a file in Notepad. We've saved it in our website folder. And let's show you how quick and easy it is to create a website. You're going to do it in less than 3 minutes. This is my first web page. We'll save this. We'll go back to Firefox or whatever you're using. We'll do a file. Let's open a file. Desktop, website folder. There's the index file. Open it up. I didn't say it was a pretty web page, but it is a web page. You just created it. Congratulations. Lesson over. I'm just kidding. We're going to move on, okay? So that's how easy it is. No big deal. Let's go back to our code, and we'll talk briefly about doc type. So the first piece of code at the very top of most web pages you go to is something called the doc type code. Now, I'm not going to pretend to know everything that this stuff does, but nevertheless, a browser looks at this, and by having this information, it knows what kind of web page that's coming its way. It can render it properly. If you don't have this, your website might look kind of funny in Opera. It might look kind of funny in Internet Explorer. So you need it. And you can go to some other website and copy and paste that. I don't have this memorized. I don't expect you to have this memorized either. But this other stuff, I do want you to memorize and get used to doing it. And those are our tags. Let's talk about tags. Tags are a piece of code that surrounds content. So our first tag we'll talk about is the HTML tag, okay? And all tags have opening tags, and they have closing tags. You can tell it's a closing tag because we put a forward slash there, okay? So there's HTML. You'll find it in all browsers. Next tag is the head tag. Put a few returns here. We'll do the closing head tag. Things in the head tag are typically happening behind the scenes. JavaScript, CSS, lots of confusing stuff, lots of things I probably can't explain to you, but nevertheless, very important things happen within the head tags. And now let's go to the title tag. 2 more tags to teach you. Now the title tag, you might think you don't know what it does, but you've probably seen what it does many times. Let's put some content between the title tag. Let's say a really cool website. Alright, and we will save that, and we will go to Firefox and we'll refresh it, and you saw what happened. Okay, that is the title bar. The title bar is up top there on all browsers. Usually blue, not always blue, but just one more time to show you how you do that. So we'll change this, and we'll make this say Bill's web page without that character. We'll save it, we'll go back to Firefox, we'll refresh it. Okay, pretty easy stuff. The last tag I will talk about is the body tag, and this is where we spend in most of our time. Everything that happens in between the body tags generally is what shows up in your browser window. So very important tag. Like I said, we're messing with this a lot. I'll do a quick save here. So I've typed in a lot of stuff, but nothing much has changed on this website. But nevertheless, these are all important things to type in. But it's pretty simple so far. So these are the big tags: HTML, head, title, and body. Okay, and they all have closing tags: opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing, and opening, closing. There you go. That is a review of the tags, and we will move on.